All right, welcome everybody to Improving Your Game Plan. We want to welcome Michihito Kakeyama. I can't put it on. I don't have a camera. Michy for short. Michy is well known in the backgammon world, and he really almost needs no introduction, but we will introduce him anyway. He is an elite player. He's rated Grandmaster Class 1 by BMAB. He has been on the Giants list of backgammon since 2009, where he currently sits at number 2. He was the finalist in the World Backgammon Championship in 2012, and he has a habit of winning super jackpots, which he has done multiple times in Las Vegas, in Chicago 3 times, Washington, D.C., and San Antonio. So if you enter a super jackpot and Michy's in it, watch out. Michy is more than just a high-performing player. He has that exceptional gift to break down complex backgammon concepts in ways that are easy for the average player to understand and remember. He currently has 2 books in publication and a 3rd one that will be published soon. His first book was Opening Concepts, which uses proverbs designed to improve your backgammon skills. These proverbs represent essential concepts in backgammon and play, a major role in the book. So I have this book, Opening Concepts. It's very easy to break down the concepts and has a lot of content in there, I think, for all levels of players. The second book is Endgame Technique, and it describes the skills that you're going to need at the end of the game. It talks about bearing in and off, and also covers techniques on how to play holding games. The books have a theme of a unique character, Nono, who has a lot of things to say along the way and learns with us as we read the book. Again, I own both those books and I really love them. He has a 3rd book that's going to be coming out in November. The topic of that book is Gameplan. And so that's a bit of what he's going to talk to us about today is some little snippets and ideas from his book. We have his US book distributor, Roberto Litzenberger, in attendance. And Roberto, I understand you may have some copies of his first 2 books and the 3rd one is on pre-order. Can you unmute your mic and just tell people how to order them?
Yeah, I want to say hi to everyone. A lot of people I see on the list I have sent out in the past either both or one of the first 2 books of Michy's. And when the new book comes out, we're going to have it and we're going to be shipping it out to everyone. A lot of people are also on the list. I just said your name, and when we do get the book, we're going to have it before Amazon this time, I've been told. So it's all going to ship out, and hopefully y'all will get it in your hands soon and efficiently, like you enjoy. And yes, we do have both Opening Concepts and Endgame Technique. Great books. If you don't already have them, contact me. I'll put my name or my number, just text me or give me a call, and we'll get the book out to you. And if you want me on the list for the pre-sale, just give me your name and address, and then when it is ready to come out, I'll then contact about payment at that time. And I'll put that in the chat, my contact information.
Okay,
and
perfect.
Thank you. And I post one quick thing on Michy. I was you already did a wonderful job presenting him, but he's such a nice guy. Traveling around, seeing him in different places, I felt honored this year earlier to be able to enjoy a beer with him in Sydney, Anideki Ueda, right before he went and had such a great performance, Gibraltar and the World Backgammon Challenge too. So he's all over the place and really great guy.
Thank you so much, Roberto. Thank you. I'll send out a note tomorrow morning with with the Roberto's contact information, so you can contact him for more. But yes, we are truly honored to have you here today, Michy. And so I will turn it over to you, and we can enjoy your presentation on our game plan.
Okay. So thank you, April and Robert. And thank you, everybody, for coming to Viking Classic and my presentation. So this is Michihito Kageyama from Japan. And here's Nono. Came from another planet. I believe you know this guy, Roland Herrera. He's my co-author. And the idea of Nono came from him. And he drew all the Nono. He's a great artist. Unfortunately, I can't draw Nono. It's impossible for me. Yeah. So this is our first book opening concept. So April already introduced it. And this is a photo in Cyprus 3 years ago. She is Eva Zizka, the mother of Zdenek Zizka, a young and very strong player. This is our second book, Endgame Technique. So our third book will be about game plan. This is a very tough topic, but I want to break down the idea. Actually, I want to divide into two parts, which is offense and defense. So the part one should be about offense. Oh, and actually, I welcome any questions anytime. So please type anything. I try to read and answer as soon as possible. Okay, now it's time to enjoy the position. Here, white rolled 4-3. And how do you play 4-3? I'm happy to see your opinions, your choices. Does anyone give me any opinions?
You are allowed to unmute and answer the question.
Okay. Wow. So making the 5 point the majority. Wow. Wow. Everybody. Okay. I'm very surprised. So I believe white has three good choices. One is hitting on the 7 point. Another is, of course, making the 5 point. And covering the 9 point is also a good choice. So firstly, I want to exclude hitting on the 7 point because hitting loose is usually inferior to making a point. So let's get rid of hitting. Now we have only two choices. I believe in backgammon, majority is always right. And this is not the exception. Yeah, making the 5 point is better. But why? Yeah. Of course, the 5 point is more important than the 9 point. Fantastic. But after making the 5 point, we leave a direct shot. We leave a blot on the 11 point. So how we can make a decision? How we can determine it? So this is my method. When you have the option for your offense, the stage of your backman has a key. But what is the stage of backman? Have you heard of it? So here, white backmen remain on the 24 point. So it's just the starting position. There's no development at all. In that case, white is not in a good situation. That's why white must play aggressively. That's why white can leave a direct shot. So play boldly. Yeah. So the majority is always right. And making the 5 point is the best choice. So do you have any questions? Okay. Let's move to the...
Sorry, I have a question. Did you just say that since the 24 men are still anchored, the two original backmen are still anchored on the 24 point, we should play boldly and hit loose? I thought that was what I understood.
Okay, hitting loose. So unfortunately, hitting loose is generally inferior to making a point. I believe this is a general idea in backgammon. Of course, there are lots of exceptions.
Sorry,
but
I misunderstood. I got you.
Yeah, making the point is sure. Hitting loose is always uncertain.
And just play aggressive to me and leave the direct shot. Sorry, I misunderstood you. Very good.
Yeah. I mean, aggressively means leaving a direct shot. Okay, so let's make a small change to the position. Do you see the change? Yes. Now, white has the anchor on the 20 point. Does this change make difference? What do you think? Is there any opinion?
Still make the 5 point.
Okay. Yeah, so because we love the 5 point, we know that the 5 point is the most important point. But white has a in good situation. I believe the situation is 50-50 or white is favorite. In that case, white should play conservatively, and white try to avoid being hit. Does it make sense to you? That's why covering the 9 point is superior. Let's play safely when you have the advanced anchor. That is my idea. Do you have any questions?
Yes. I always assumed with the advanced anchor that it was easier to leave a direct shot because I could always come in on the 5 point if I get hit.
That's right. You are guaranteed to come in from the bar. I mean, of course, you can dance often, but the opponent cannot make closeout. So always you have backgammon. The book says bold and safe criteria, And he includes that having advanced anchor is a sign of play boldly. However, my idea is just opposite. Having advanced anchor is a sign to play safely. The reason is that, I say again, because having advanced anchor is a very good edge. And you are guaranteed to be a favorite or at least 50-50. That's why being hit is a big damage. So we should avoid being hit. That's why we play more conservatively when we have the advanced anchor.
Okay.
Is a lot of this not just because of the race count?
Of course, race matters. Race matters. So if we are ahead in the race, we want to avoid being hit. And if we are behind in the race, maybe being hit is not so serious. So race matters always. But I believe it's not the main part. The stage of the backman is more important. Yeah, this is my idea and opinion. So Rory asked that what about 22 anchor? It is a good question. So if white has the anchor on the 22 point, which is the opponent 3 point, maybe this anchor is not so great. So in that case, I assume that the 2 plays are equal, or maybe making the 5 point is better, because white seems under attack. That is my guess. So the character of the 3 point anchor should be in the middle. Yeah, that is my idea. So shall I go to the next position? Okay, here's another question. Oh, just split. Okay, it is another good question. So just split. Actually, I'm going to show you hitting is always inferior, especially in this case. Yeah, sometimes, of course, sometimes hitting is better. It's so we have to examine each position. Okay, let's go to the next position. Here, white's backmen are split with ace, and white rolled 4-1. So how do you play this 4-1? I know there are many options.
4 to the 9.
Yeah, about a 4. I believe we have to move the checker on the midpoint, because we have 4 checkers on the midpoint. So I believe this is the best use of 4. So your 38 might be a good option. This is safe, and it provides a new builder for the 4 point and the 3 point. However, before we make a decision, we have to check the situation of our backman. Here, still our backmen remain in deep positions. So this is not so good. So this is a sign to play boldly. We can take a small risk. We can slot at the edge of the prime. It gives black 4 shots. But we can take this risk. This is not big. And white has a very good chance to make the 5 prime next turn. Yeah, thank you, Rory. Coming to the 18 point is not so strong because we want to use the checker on the midpoint and extend our prime because priming battle is good for white. Of course, black also has a good chance to make his prime, but we can say white is better. White is a favorite in a priming battle. So yeah, let's focus on making a prime. Oh, thank you, Mark. 5-3 is duplicated. It is a good point. Here, both 5-3 and 6-2 are a good number anyway for black. 5-3, black can make his 5 point. 6-2, black can make his 4 point. Yeah, this duplication matters. Now, again, I want to make a change to the position. How do you play 4-1 here? Now the choice is pretty simple. So we slot on the 9 point, or we just play to the 8 point. We have only 2 choices. Yes, now starting 8 becomes a very good candidate. Unfortunately, two plays are equal because the difference is so small that we can say 2 plays are equal.
Now, is it equal because in the first position the cube was in the middle, and there the cube's turned in this one?
Oh, thank you, Robert. Yeah, let's talk about the cube. So in the first position, this is the first position here. So here, the cube should be in the middle because white is not so favorite. However, in the second position, white is clearly favorite. So, I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake. So the cube should be on 2, and the black should hold 2 cubes. I'm sorry. This is my mistake. So white should double before white rolls the dice. Yeah. So anyway, the conclusion is that now starting 8 is a very good option. We can say this is better, but 2 plays are equal. So now I think you understand the concept that the stage of backgammon. If your 2 backgammons are on the 24 point, you can play boldly, and if you achieved to have the advanced anchor, you can play safely if you have the option of your offense. All right, let's move to the next one. How do you play 4-2? I believe white had two options. Okay, one vote for making the 4 point. Another vote for making the 4 point. Wow, everybody. Okay, thank you. And 9 point? Okay, so after we cover the 5 point, of course, this is good because the 5 point is the most important point. And it leaves only an indirect shot. But making the 4 point is also a very good option because it unstacks the 6 point, and white is supposed to make the best 3 point next turn. So here again, let's check the stage of our backman. Here, two backmans are sitting on the 24 point, so we can take a risk. We should play boldly. Now, making the 4 point is better. So again, the majority is right. Thank you, Rory. So Rory is describing the duplication of a force. That's true. Black has many good force. So I believe duplication also matters. So now, can you guess what is coming next? So of course, I make a small change to the position again. How do you play 4-2 here? Oh, Jeff, be careful. Here, white has the option to hit, but obviously, hitting is not a good choice. Yeah, hitting might be kind of suicide. So yeah, let's exclude hitting. Yes, here, white should play conservatively because of his advanced anchor. It's not necessary to take a risk. Okay, everybody prefers to cover the 5 point. No exception. Okay. All right, let's check it. Yeah, because of the advanced anchor. Yeah, a safe play comes first. The difference is not small, but yeah, 11-5 is better. And thank you, Robert. So Robert mentioned about the cube. Yeah, the cube is in the middle. But I believe still covering the 5 point is better when the cube is turned. I think so. Okay. Now we go into part 2. It is about defense. So what is defense? It is about backman. How do we handle a backman? That's the topic here. Here is a question. How do you play 2-1? Maybe this is not easy. Who has a quick mind? Ah, wow, guys, you are so good. You amazed me. Wow. I didn't expect that many people choose coming in on the 24 point. Yeah, if this is a speed gammon, I believe most people just make the anchor on the 3 point. But this is not speed gammon. So, yeah, it looks normal to make the anchor. Yeah, so majority is always right. This is such a strong idea rule. Yeah, anyway, so firstly I want to check the race. Let's compare the pip count. So white is only 9 pips behind after the play. So this is not enough to keep 2 anchors. Usually when we keep 2 anchors, double anchors, we should be behind at least 30 pips, 40, 50 pips, 60 pips, something like that. When we behind only by 9 pips, it's not a good idea to have 2 anchors. Then I want to check threat. If black has a threat, we should make the anchor to protect ourselves. However, there's no threat at all. Black has 5 checkers on his 6 point, 3 checkers on his 8 point. It's just same as the starting position. So threat all. So making the anchor is not urgent, is not necessary. So let's come in on the 24 point. Maximize the coverage and provide a checker for the front. This is the idea. Yeah, so everybody got it right. That's amazing. And this is great. So I want to say 2 major factors affect backgammon. Number 1, race. Number 2, threat. Threat is a threat by the opponent. So opponent is attacking your backgammon or not. That's a threat. Okay, let's challenge the next position. How do you play 5-2? Who has a quick mind? Oh, white is on the board. So let's play 5-2 from the board. Now you have several opinions. Yeah, I like it. Now I don't see the majority. Yeah, there are many opinions. So let's check one by one. So firstly, we want to check the race. So white is way behind in the race. It's a lot. And then how about the threat by black? yeah, so behind in the race, we want to stay back. And about threat, black has many checkers in the zone. Black has 11, so it's a lot. Usually, it is a very strong threat. However, black has only 2 points board. That's why I say threat is not too big. So because of the race and threat, white want to come in on the deep point to maximize the coverage, maximize the contact. And of course, 5 should be used to slot on the 4 point. This is the easy part. So maybe next turn, if white rolls ace, white is happy to make the anchor on the 23 point. Yeah, because of the behind in the race, white is happy to have double anchor. Does it make sense to you guys? Okay, yeah, I really like that too. Yeah, you give me many opinions. It's great. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's go to the next one. How do you play 6-5? It might be more difficult. Oh, thank you, Robert. Yes, I want to roll over, of course. This is one of the worst number. Yes, it should be. Yeah. So number one opinion is Roll Over by Rory Pascal. And 2 men down, 24-13. Terrible. Have a sleep. Oh, here, no checker is on the board. Be careful. No checkers on the board. Okay. Thank you for lots of opinion. Yes, 6-5 is a typical dice number to run your backman. So we automatically play 24-13. So before we make a decision, let's check 2 criteria. Number 1 is race. So white is behind in the race by 3 pips after the roll. The 3 pips is pretty small, so yeah, it's okay. However, white has a blot on the 5 point, so white might be way behind next turn because of hitting by black. This is the situation of the race. And how about the threat? Yeah, of course, there is no threat at all because white has no board. I want to say always there is no threat with no board. If the opponent has 2-point board, 3-point board, then threat will be bigger. So because of these 2 reasons, white does not want to run. So I believe white should keep his 2 backmen there. So if after we decide keep the backman, then our choice is just two men down from the midpoint. Does it make sense to you? Yeah. Yes, April. I think 1 is duplicated. So black's 3, 1, 6, 1 are pretty good numbers. Thank you, Rory. Rory said no. Yes, black has many good numbers to hit. So 1, 3 on white side and 2, 4 on black's side. Black can hit. But so what? Black has no board. I believe threat is not too big. We can take a risk. So let's check the analysis and let's check the winning chance. So white winning chance is 41%. So white is underdog, that's for sure. But white is not a huge underdog. So white can take a risk and he should do his best. Yeah, oh, double hit. Yes, black has some double hit numbers. That's for sure. For example, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Yes, they are all good for black. But still white has a return shot from the board. Yeah, what we should think is we should do our best according to the given dice number. So I believe this is the best option to win the game. Do you have any other questions? Yes, Peter, that's right. Being hit is not critical because white black has no board, so we can enter free easily. Mostly we don't dance. Yes, Greg, unstacking matters. White has 5 checkers on the midpoint, so unstacking is quite good. Okay, so I think it's time to summarize the idea. The first one is about offense. When we have the choice of the offense, let's check the stage of backgammon. Be careful. If we have only one choice of the offense, there is no choice. So just do it. When we have the option, now we can use the idea of the stage of backgammon. And the second summary is about how to handle backgammon. I want to say race and threat. They are 2 major factors. After we check them, we can decide how to handle our backgammon. Thank you, Rory. You understand it, but you just don't like it. Yeah. Okay. So, do you have any questions? So I want to describe details about them in my third book. I will pick up 100 positions. Okay, how do we reconcile this with Margaret's safe board criteria? Yes, Margaret's idea is great, that's for sure. However, just about advanced anchor, this is not right. So we have to change. We have to adapt the idea. Yeah, because at that time there were no computer program to play backgammon. So of course, it's very hard to be correct in all areas. And I'm sure that maybe after 10 years, 20 years, future people find many mistakes in my book. But we have to accept it because we are developing. Okay. Maybe there are further questions, but yeah, I wanna finish. Okay, this is the last question. Mark, so when black does have a big threat, what's the priority for the backman? Okay, I want to show you the example. Okay, here, if black has a huge threat, maybe running play is the best. So running play will decrease the winning chance, but it avoids being gammoned. This is another example. If black has a big threat, I wanna come in with a 5. That decreases gammon lose. That's the idea. Does this make sense to you? Here, if black has his 3-point, coming in with 2 is very much dangerous. So I would come in with a 5. Okay. Thank you, guys. And thank you, April, for giving me such a good opportunity to introduce my ideas.
Thank you. This was wonderful. Really tough positions, and we all need extra tools to help get these positions right. So we really appreciate you coming and speaking. I'm going to drop Roberto's information in the chat, and he can hook you up with more books and more resources if you need. But thank you so Michy for coming and presenting your ideas, and we look forward to the new material and the new book. It's going to be coming out next month, I think, correct?
Next month in November.
Oh, in November. Okay, November. All right. We'll give you a little time.
Yeah. So, yeah, please enjoy the Viking Classic.
Oh, look at that. All right. Thank you very much. Michael did record this session, so we will have a private YouTube link that is only for registrants, and we will post that, and you can listen to a replay. I think this is something that personally I would like to listen to again and digest it.
That's great. Yeah. And finally, I want to ask people to order my book through Robert. It will be great for us.
Yeah, I'm going to put his information in the chat right now.
Thank you, April.
All right, thank you so much. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's good. Yeah, thank you guys. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Michy. It's really good.
Now, if I ever see that 6-5 position, I'll know how to play it.